Yeah, man, like I joined the Army August 29th, 2001, and
Wow.
12 days before September 11th. I
Wow.
was in college. I played, I was on an athletic scholarship playing basketball in college, and so I was like, oh, this will be fun. I can do, the Army ROTC program and then, as like a thing, and who knows what happens. That sounds like a good idea. And then 12 days later, 9/11, the towers fell, and it really, really fully just absolutely rocked my world and changed my life. Sweet. We're easy, man.
Yeah.
Hey, even if you aren't, I'll make it easy. So that's what
Yeah,
I'm
okay,
good
There you
at
great.
go.
here.
It was like, great.
Well, first of all, this is a couples thing. I didn't wasn't aware until some back channel stuff. So this is fun and a new layer to this whole film and this whole experience. I've been talking to multiple cast members already.
Yeah, we just got married in June,
Yes.
That's
actually.
wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. We actually met a couple like 3 or 4 years ago. I was doing a pilot for a TV show that we were pitching around the town,
Mhm.
and we cast Nikki as one of the leads in it.
So cliche.
And after the pilot happened, we just couldn't separate ourselves from one another. So
Yeah.
here we are.
Yeah.
Good casting, Ryan. Good casting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Worked out well for
Really
you in
worked
Yeah,
your
out.
personal
yeah.
life
It's
too.
so funny because I'm so like nervous about it. Like there's just you just don't play with that here in
Yeah.
Hollywood. And it's just like, I'm so professional on set, and it was
Sure.
just like
No, it's
I
yes.
mean,
yeah.
hey, if there's a connection, there's a connection. Relationships
Yeah.
are
True.
hard to find anyway. So if you can
Yeah.
Yeah.
find them somehow like that, go for it. I'd
Yeah.
say
Yeah.
that. Well, I learned a lot about you. I spoke to Nick, I spoke to Kaylee, I spoke to Max. So I got some background on you guys and
Oh my
everything
God.
Yeah.
coming into it. Um, First of all, I'm just kind of blown away. Like, this is your first feature, right? Like this, first of all, I don't know. You must be good. I mean, Nikki might share here at like luring in talent because for a first feature, you don't get Tyrese and guys like Max and the talent Patrick. I mean, you've got a lot of known talent to come aboard. Are you persuasive, Ryan? Or like do you do a good pitch? I want to know how you were able to attain that, especially for a first feature.
There was a lot of crying and begging on my knees,
Yeah.
really, is what
Yeah.
that comes down to. Um, no, man, I got really lucky. I think like first and foremost, we worked on the script and we had like a cool idea. And one of the things that we knew early was that we could kind of flex on relationships and just kind of like reach out to our channels of people that we know through people or whatever, and just like ask and say, here's what we're doing. This is what we're trying to do. We're trying to really punch out of our weight class. And would you be down to like help independent film and help us try to do something, that makes a little bit of noise and try, tries to separate us from the pack and be like, hey, here we are, let's try. And it is really awesome because it really felt like doing a movie with our favorite people, our friends, our family.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just amazing.
Nikki, did you have any connections or relationships with any of the actors prior to it too? That maybe you could
Uh,
help leverage here too, because
well, we had worked together on that pilot, on said pilot that we
yeah.
met on. So I had worked with Max and Link and Dave.
Oh
So
wow.
that it really felt like a family.
Oh
It was
cool.
just so I was even going to set when I wasn't working, which I've never done. I'm like, I want to be there and be a part of this. Like it was so much fun and like it really felt like what you want every movie to be like that experience.
Yeah, I mean, and I mean, your character Harper here plays a big role, I feel like. First of all,
Yeah.
you never attempted to pepper spray Ryan, right? This was just for the movie. Is there an idea that you got?
No.
It's very
Say
very
no.
smart
Say
of
no,
her
babe.
to carry it.
Blink twice. Um, no, never yet. Yeah, but Harper is such a fun character and
So
she's
fun.
so just rough around the edges and it was so easy for me to just embody her and just because I kind of am like that naturally and just to work alongside the incredible talents that I got to work with. I'm
Yeah.
so humbled and honored and in awe and I feel like I learned so much work. I mean, just you can't experience, I mean, Patrick Duffy and Linda, I mean, they've been doing this for so long, and it's just, they are just an example of who you want to become as an actor and as anybody in the entertainment industry. They're so professional, they're so gracious, and it was such an amazing
You
experience.
can see why they were superstars and are superstars. They
Hmm.
are just so talented. It is unbelievable. Both of them individually and then collectively, they're just amazing too. And so I'm so grateful to be able to work with them. Yeah.
You know, Ryan, it shows, especially in one of the scenes, Patrick's just rolling around in his tidy white briefs. I'm like, dude, that is so awesome to have that humility as an actor that's accomplished so much and done that to sort of make fun of yourself or just let it loose in that way too. I just felt that was like a nice, like this description of what kind of a guy Patrick must be too, to be able
Dude,
to
you know
do
what the
that.
best
And
part about that is too, is that he literally goes, "Hey, I got an idea." I was like, "Yeah, go on." And he's like, "How about I wear these?" And I was like, "Yes, dude, it's
awesome.
so good." He brought so much to that role, like so much humor and nuance and just all these little moments throughout. Like one of the things he like one morning he sends me a request. He's like, "Hey, can you have, production bring milk and a bottle and some other things to set?" And I was like, "Oh boy, this is going to be good.
Yeah.
This is going to be good." And he just does things that are so phenomenal that you would never notice. And it's like one of those things is like he's just portraying this alcoholic, this booze hound
Yeah.
without overly doing it. And he like mixes liquor and milk in a scene and he's like, this is his breakfast. And it's just these little nuanced moments are so good in it, and he's so fantastic in this movie.
Yeah, and this is a sort of question for both of you. I love one thing about this film is that how these characters interact with so many. There's a lot of characters, and Ryan, sometimes it's hard to find a place for a character, but the amount of interactions they have with each other constantly throughout, especially Max's character, he literally talks to everyone in the film. I feel like so. Just navigating these different characters and giving them purpose. And Nikki, your character, it gets so many different interactions also throughout the film. How did you were able to get these chess pieces sort of working and everyone had a purpose and able to cross each other's paths too? Because I thought it was really cool to see different characters interacting with each other.
Yeah, I think so. My co-writer Christina Denton and I think we just really literally mapped things out
Mm,
physically. And we had to go and be like, okay, this person can do this and this and this. And like it's one of the most important things for us is building rich characters that the audience is like, what is happening here? That they can kind of latch onto, whether it's good or bad. It's just really intriguing, rich characters, and then really building out that world of interaction between everyone. And it was important for us to like showcase that every character is guilty in their own right and also innocent in their own right.
yeah.
And so we wanted to like kind of point the finger at everybody and then let the audience try to figure out actually who did it and what's going on. And so that it was hard. It was hard. We had to go through multiple iterations of the script and be like, is this working yet? And it's a big swing for us, man. Like it's a really big swing because we wanted to try something different and unique and push the boundaries a little bit with tone and this little world in a small indie film.
Ryan,
And
how much do you
it's
keep away from Nikki too, story wise? Like when you're putting up the script, I'm guessing, like that sort of thing, because it's some whodunit too. Nikki, I don't know if you're a person that likes to read a whodunit and see what happens next to all the characters and whatnot.
love it.
But how much secrecy did you have on this versus how much were you willing to share?
Well, I'm a true crime girly. I love
Okay.
it too much. So I'm like all about this. And so it's so fun to navigate as a character who has a want and has secrets. And the way that just the way that you interact with people, I mean, just as a human being, when you have a secret and you want something is different. So to
Yeah.
be able to do that in a world where everybody else also has a secret and also has a want, it's so much fun. So yeah.
You know, there's another thing here. It's I love that this is sort of a an original movie in so many ways because of it's got humor, it's got so many elements, Ryan, that you sprinkled into here. But also this genre, I think it's a genre that it's been around for a long time, the sort of noir, hard-boiled detective stuff, but we don't see it as much. And you can totally do it in modern time, which is cool because you use the tropes of sort of the classic tropes of the costumes and outfits that look like they could be 50s or in the 60s or whatnot, or the 30s. But also you said in modern day time in LA too. How do you sort of blend the aspect of the noir classic elements of it, but also put it in modern day too? I feel like more movies should attempt to do that and don't, because this is such a fun genre.
Yeah, I mean, that was really one of the direction we wanted to capture, and the spirit that we wanted to capture when we were conceptualizing this movie I love those old films. I love those noirs. Billy Wilder, who can do it, really traditional noirs, but also on the comedy side as well. And so, it was really important for us to take something like that classic noir feel and then bring it into modern times, but also sort of make it timeless, make the timeline ambiguous a little bit, is that it could be kind of any time. This could be 20 years ago.
True.
It could be right now. It kind of could and so we tried to minimize, technology, although we have to have some of it a little bit here and there. But we really, um, we focused on the costuming earlier with our costumer Kelsey, and she knocked it out of the park. And so, it's one of the things that I'm most proud of is just being able to kind of capture something that feels very familiar, feels like, you can kind of relate and kind of know it, but it feels a little bit new too.
Nikki, do you pitch for like certain outfits or like how does it go with you and Kelsey? Because everyone had like, especially the ladies, had such like unique dresses, and Kaylee had this like
Yeah.
navy blue cool with a hat. Like I'm like, this is cool. I'm guessing Nikki, you would want to be part of like, hey, let's talk wardrobe here, right?
Oh my gosh, it was so much fun, and she's such a dream to work with. But walking in and doing fittings with her was like I was like, I want all of, can I have all of this for me? But she was so uh, she had so many great pieces that just when you put them on, it makes it even easier to drop in your character
Mhm.
and live in this world.
That's cool. And it looked like it. It has to feel it too, right? Just
Yeah.
like looking at a character, you sort of know and get the aura of them too, and who they are, and
Mhm.
what they are in so many ways. Ryan, I think this movie sends an important message too. It's a fun watch. I really enjoyed it from beginning to end, but also sends a message of like the LA sort of dream. Like people come there and it doesn't work out for everyone, and people change because of it, and are willing to sacrifice their sort of identity and who they are and what they believe in to sort of chase this dream. Tell me about that stuff, because I mean, it's interesting because you guys are these sort of dreamers that made it, and Ryan, now you make a feature too, but it's an interesting sort of story to tell in a sense that goes on every day and sort of as long as Hollywood has existed, the dream of making it, but not everyone sort of does it.
Yeah, this was really like a moment in time for us, especially when we were writing, and the feeling of how difficult Hollywood is,
Hmm.
and just feeling beat down by the business itself. And specifically like starting in COVID, and then from COVID we ended up having strikes, and just all of these things that, you know, for us who's just scratching and clawing, trying to get to the next level, trying to make a feature, trying to be a storyteller here, or an actor, or just, a performer here in Hollywood. It is literally something that burns so deep inside you that you can't think of anything else to do.
Yeah.
And so we kind of took that thought, that theme of what is the price of fame, early in the process. And Christina Denton and I, who co-wrote the movie together, we talked about that at length, and just like, this feeling of being beaten down,
Yeah.
of being a little bit jaded in the business. How do we take that and flip it on its head, and then make something really great out of it, and thematically do something in a movie that kind of you know, touches on how we're feeling in this moment?
Nikki, were a lot of the spot. I thought the locational scouting and that you included was so cool. One thing that stood out to me is like the apartments were badass. Like they had all this light in there and like these big windows and stuff. I'm like, hey, I want to rent out this space or live in this space. How was it just for you as an actress and sort of being around LA and these spots that Ryan discovered too that ended up on film too because it's a lot of cool places and it doesn't even go against the it goes sort of against the grain too because like it's not as dark. Like I loved how the daytime apartments were breathing the
It,
sun out.
yeah, yeah, it's a good juxtaposition of
Yes,
like really intense moments in the story and then like this beautiful sunshine coming through and it kind of just push and pulls you in like a visual way. It's really cool. And the where we shot most of it was the I said
Hollywood American Legion.
Hollywood American Legion.
uh-huh.
And the way that that was transformed, uh, I I wish like we could just show a before and after. It was you wouldn't think that you were in the same place. I mean,
Wow.
they truly turned it into this jazz club sanctuary. It was like, and we'd been there many times before, just regularly, and then
Wow.
yeah, so and it's huge, and so it felt like a movie summer camp, because
Yep.
it's just so big and everybody's there, and you hear this amazing music coming down, and you're like, I'm here for this. Everyone's singing the songs. It
It's
was
a
really cool.
character in the film too,
Yes,
especially
it really
that
is.
club for sure.
Yeah, we really tried hard. And one of the things that about LA that we try to portray, we're a small movie, so we don't get to play with the big toys a lot of the other movies do. But,
Yeah.
one of the things we try to capture is like the Art Deco periods in Los Angeles when things were built. And so we had a lot of, the locations that we found, we tried to find like those apartments and houses that were built in those Art Deco areas, and specifically the Legion built in those times, and so we wanted to like really accentuate those moments, whether it's in the club or just even the apartments, and so we did that, and it's LA, right? So the sun is there, the sun is
Great.
part of, and the palm trees are part of it. So when it's daytime, it's daytime.
Yeah.
So we wanted to play up that moment.
I loved it. I thought the visuals were really cool and just sort of popped and were noticeable in that way
Yeah,
too.
Jay Visit, our cinematographer,
Yeah.
is just the most talented, and he's one of those guys that like, he's going to be one of the biggest cinematographers in the world. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean,
And on that, while we're talking about the landscape really fast, I will say you LA, it doesn't really rain ever. And we had a period while we were filming of just rain. And it was instead, it worked so well for us as a noir because you're
yeah.
like, oh my gosh, and no other movie this would be as perfect. But the way Ryan and Jay embraced it, it really adds another level of that current noir LA feel. And it just was really worked out.
Amazing how sometimes things line up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So from what I heard from my previous conversations, Nikki, and you can attest to this, heard that Ryan's got a good singing voice. Nick confirmed that. So was there any thought of Ryan doing some singing for the film or anything like that?
We actually, one of my songs is in the background. We play I Am a
Yeah.
Musician, so it's in there. I wrote one of the songs in the movie, and we kind of tucked it back there. It's hidden in there, but yeah.
Yes. He
Love
also makes
that.
a
Which
great
is like,
cameo in the movie.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Make a little
that's so
cameo with
cool.
the gun guy. So yeah, small little fun little Easter eggs.
Well, there you go. People can be watching out for that too. And Ryan, you have sort of a military background, and is that something that's sort of close to your heart too? That's another thing kind of stood out from what I've heard.
Yeah, man. Like I joined the Army August 29th, 2001. And
Wow.
12 days before September 11th, I
Wow.
was in college. I played, I was on an athletic scholarship playing basketball in college. And so I was like, oh, this will be fun. I can do, the Army ROTC program and then, as like a thing. And who knows what happens? That sounds like a good idea. And then 12 days later, 9/11, the towers fell, and it really, really fully just absolutely rocked my world and changed my life.
Wow.
And but it turned to be the best thing I've ever done. And so I ended up being 8 years in the Army and the reserves, and it just fully formed, you know, one of the best things that the military does is it takes a boy and turns you into a man and
Mhm.
allows you and teaches you communication, leadership, drive, all these things. And so I can look back at my time in the military and just really appreciate the experiences that I have. And that very much informs my leadership and my storytelling today.
Yeah, and it built a foundation for you, it seems like
Yeah.
too. As a leader, the person who knows how to work with people too in so many ways. That's
Yeah,
really
and you know
cool.
what? It's really important to me too to like hire veterans,
Mm,
both in front and behind the camera. And so I think we hired over 50 veterans to work on
wow.
this, and so like we actively work with organizations, one in particular called Veterans in Media and Entertainment, and we use them for casting. We use them as for training to for networking. We try to really like bring in veterans that are trying to work in the entertainment space and help bring them into that whatever job they're trying to do and training and networking, all this stuff. And so because of that organization, we were able to really staff and put a lot of veterans to work on this project.
That's fantastic. That's really good.
Yeah.
That's paying it forward, and
Yeah.
that's really awesome. I just want to get to know you guys as I wrap
Yeah.
up here. On a personal level, now that you're sort of a couple and together and starting a life together in that many ways, what do you sort of like to do for fun outside of the industry in a sense? Whether both of you or separately, I'm kind of curious.
What do we do for fun?
You know what? It's funny. We are workaholics.
Yeah.
It's sad. We really love this so much that when we're
Mm,
not working for money, we're developing, we're writing. Nikki is a powerhouse studio herself. She like writes and directs
wow.
and does her own YouTube content, and it's like truly inspiring to watch. And she works so hard. Um, and so, but we do that. But we love to travel.
Yeah.
We love, hanging with our friends and music. And I play music, so like that's a big thing of like what I do on the side.
Yeah.
And we just
Community, really. It's with just
Mm,
being around people and connect because that's like really where our inspiration comes from, just in general, is like being around people and having connections, and then,
yeah.
that inspires art, you know?
100%. Yeah. The that sort of the building of relationships so important, especially in
yeah.
this
What do you
industry.
do for fun?
Yeah, well, let's talk about you, Tim.
For me, this is fun for me. Like I love doing this stuff. But you know what? I always say this, like, we're all creatives in some way, and I always say that you need to have a full, regular human life in order to bring that to your work. So I do some
Yeah.
Yeah.
acting on the side too. I create a lot of content for fun. I'm actually professionally, I'm a sports reporter too. So
Oh,
Oh,
I
cool.
cover soccer internationally, and I cover a team too. So I love doing that. I love sports. So that's like my sort of
Me
center.
too.
Like I work, but it's not really work. It's
Yeah.
going watching games. So it's fun to me. And I'm a
That's
movie guy.
awesome.
It's simple. I always say this too. For me, like relaxation or something fun is like on a Friday, Saturday night, go for a nice walk or something, and then go see a late movie. Just something about going to that movie theater, and I'm glad this film will be out too, to get that experience. Late night, sort of back from the movie theater, sneak in something to eat, and just
yeah,
Yeah.
enjoy a
exactly.
movie.
Yeah, we hope that Hollywood Grid is that movie that people can kind of discover and go to because it's one of those movies that you just need to watch with a crowd.
Yeah,
It just makes the experience so much more fun.
yeah. August 22nd, right? You're gonna have some theater run for you
Let's
That's
guys.
go.
right.
AMC's.
Yeah, that's super cool. I love that. You see, you're doing big things, both of you, and it's so cool. You guys seem like a right couple. You can just tell like this
Oh,
fit is so seamless,
She
and
doesn't like me at
hey, this
all.
is so fake.
I
Um,
want what you guys want, okay? Because also part of my free time is swiping endlessly and
Yeah,
getting
oh yeah,
nowhere.
yeah,
dude, we played that game
yeah.
for a long time. Yeah,
So
trust me.
this is hope. This is a good thing to see that there's real stuff out there and real connections out there these days too, in this sort of
Oh,
world.
yeah,
And as I let
let's
you go,
go.
any projects you're working on, Nikki, feel free to mention the YouTube channel and any socials you guys want to share too. But any projects coming up?
Yeah, I have a web series. Second season of my web series is called No, We'll Call You. It's very meta about essentially doing what we're doing in Los Angeles and trying to find your way and feeling like
Love
you're
it.
being
Very
hugged and
relatable.
small. Yeah, that's out. It comes out. First episode aired last Wednesday, so new episodes every Wednesday on YouTube at Nikki Howard is my channel, so you can find them there, and then
Okay.
at Nikki_Howard on Instagram. And all right.
Yeah, we are kind of waiting to see what happens with this movie, but
Mhm.
I'm working on a music project right now that we're getting ready to record our first album. So that's really exciting
Nice.
for a band called Rust Riders, and we're doing that. And then I have about 3 or 4 scripts that we're kind of waiting to see what happens with this movie to kind of like point us in the direction. But hopefully we'll be jumping into another movie here in the next few months to start pre-production and have another one out coming out next year.
Wow, that's fantastic, exciting stuff. If you ever need a dead body or something in a film, you know I'm available.
Let's
Right.
go,
Yeah,
dude.
done.
Let's go.
Hey
Wait,
guys,
I want to know what sports, what soccer team do you cover?
I cover the Chicago Fire, but because I'm in Chicago currently, but I'll be moving to LA and actually talk with the folks with LAFC. So I'll be likely covering LAFC of the MLS too. So and they got big things happening right now. They say to
Dude,
sign a major
it's such a
superstar.
cool, yeah, it's such a cool like environment. They've done such a cool job with just like building their fan base, and especially because it's a relatively new team here.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's like that's awesome. I'm a big soccer guy as of recent. Just been watching a lot of like the soccer documentaries and just kind of absorbing everything in that world right now.
Right time, Ryan. World Cup's coming around next summer, so it's going to
Yeah,
be a
man.
wild time.
Yeah.
And LA's gonna have some games. Hey, love connecting with you guys. Like I've said, everyone spoken to, I really enjoyed this film. It was just such a cool original throwback in a world with all these sequels and all these sort of remakes. It's cool to have something fun and original, and you got me from the start to end, so people are really gonna enjoy it. Can't wait to recommend them on August 22nd to go check out Hollywood Grit, and you guys did a fantastic job all around. So hope to get to talk to you guys again. This isn't the first time, and get to connect again on the next projects.
Jim, thank you so much, man.
Thank
We are
you.
super proud of the film and hope everybody likes it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they will. I can vouch for it,
Thanks.
and you should be proud of it. So
Thank
Thanks,
you.
dude.
thank you so much, guys.
Yeah, thank you.